What led to the rise and fall of pivotal pop-punk labels? Imagine a scene where teenagers blast catchy tunes in their bedrooms, feeling like the music is speaking directly to their lives. That's how pop-punk exploded in the mid-1990s. It combined fast punk energy with melodies that got stuck in your head. The genre's roots go back to bands like the Ramones and Buzzcocks from the late 1970s, but it really took off in the United States during the 1990s. Labels like Lookout Records and Epitaph Records played big roles in this growth. Lookout Records released early Green Day albums and Operation Ivy, helping these bands reach wider audiences. Epitaph, started by Brett Gurewitz from Bad Religion, signed bands like The Offspring, whose album Smash went platinum. These labels offered a fresh alternative to big companies, giving artists more control over their music and connecting with fans who loved the DIY spirit. The boom was driven by the genre's relatable lyrics about teenage life, relationships, and suburban struggles. Fans supported smaller labels because they felt these labels understood their scene better. Big albums like Green Day's Dookie, The Offspring's Smash, and Blink-182's Enema of the State made pop-punk a household name. MTV and radio played these songs, making pop-punk a cultural phenomenon. But as the genre grew, so did the attention from major labels. They offered big money and better resources to top bands. Many artists chose to sign with these larger companies, leaving their indie homes. Green Day moved from Lookout to a major label after Dookie, and Blink-182's success came after signing with a major. This shift pulled talent away from the smaller labels that helped build the scene. At the same time, changes in the music industry made things tougher. Digital music and file sharing started to cut into physical sales. Smaller labels struggled to stay afloat as the traditional album releases model became less effective. Lookout Records, for example, faced financial issues and eventually closed. Epitaph managed to adapt by diversifying its roster and embracing new ways to distribute music, but its influence within pop-punk started to fade. The story of these labels shows how a grassroots scene can grow into something huge, but also how success can change the scene's original spirit. Today, their legacy reminds fans and new bands to stay true to the DIY roots and support independent artists. Even though many of these labels are gone, their impact still shapes how pop-punk and emo music are made and appreciated today.